What's up, my niggas and niggerettes? It's your boy, Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji, with another review. Now, before I begin, just want to let y'all know, as usual, that if y'all hear any talking and background noises and things like that, that's my family, alright? Even though it's a little quiet right now, I just want to give y'all a heads up, like I usually do, you know what I'm saying? Just in case y'all hear any noises in the background. So, anyway, with that out of the way, let's begin. Now, today's review is going to be on the 1992 Hong Kong Kung Fu film classic from the Golden Harvest Studio, and the sequel to Wong Fei aka Once Upon a Time in China. Wong Fei 2, aka Once Upon a Time in China 2. And I'm going to use the Criterion Collection Blu-ray edition of the Once Upon a Time in China, the Complete Films Blu-ray collection for this review. So, yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Now, the story takes place after the first film. Wong Fei takes on the extremist group called the White Lotus Sect, a cult whose xenophobic views and anti-foreigner sentiment and create violence throughout China, you know what I'm saying? And along this, he also has to face against a Qing Dynasty imperialist soldier played by Donnie, you know what I'm saying? And I forgot his name. On top of that, Wong Fei tries to teach Kung Fu to Aunt 13 so she can defend herself. And along the way, Wong Fei meets the real-life Dr. Yuen Sun, you know, one of the pioneering figures of the Republic era of mainland China, you know, and helped push for China to be a republic after the fall of the Qing Dynasty. And, you know, along the way, like I said, the character played by Donnie tries to put a stop to this, you know what I'm saying, of Qing Sun's plan to make China a republic instead of being ruled by the Manchus. Will Wong Fei succeed in defeating the White Lotus clan and their xenophobic worldview, and also protect Dr. Yu Sun's vision of China being a republic, or will this be downhill from there? Pretty good synopsis summary, I could definitely say, despite some brain farts and long pauses, right? Anyway, I think the story in this was very good in this film, you know what I'm saying? In the first film, you know, Wong Fei played by Jet Li, has to face off against the American and British imperialists that are engrossing China, and now he has to face off against the White Lotus sect, a xenophobic cult, that take the concept of Chinese nationalism too far, to a point where, you know, they're trying to think they have this magical powers that can defeat foreign guns and all that. Even though, you know, gunpowder was invented in China during the Song Dynasty, I believe, and things like that. Not to mention, y'all can definitely tell that this takes place a little bit. It definitely took some elements from the Boxer Rebellion, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, which I think is pretty interesting, good Chinese history. While also with Dr. Yuen Sun, who was a real world figure and one of the pioneers of, you know, figurehead China to be a republic after the fall of the Qing Dynasty around 1911. Yeah, the Qing Dynasty is a Chinese dynasty ruled by the Manchu people from 1644 through 1911, just to keep y'all updated. Anyways, what else I want to say? Oh, you got Donnie Yen's character, who is a Qing Dynasty general, I believe, or lieutenant. I can't be too sure. He's trying to put a stop to Yuen Sun's, you know, plan for China to be a republic. You know what I'm saying? On top of Wong Fei you know, try to face off against, you know, the White Lotus sect and their extremist views and xenophobic views, you know what I'm saying? Han Yan Yan, who was Jet Li's double in Once Upon a Time in China 1, aka Wong Fei Hong 1, he did a fantastic job in playing the leader, the co-leader of the White Lotus sect, you know what I'm saying? His martial arts skills, acting, all superb in this, you know what I'm saying? No complaints there. Rosmand Kwan, awesome as always, is on 13, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the comedic time and stuff like that with Jet Li, with his portrayal of Wong Fei Hong. Max Mock as Lun Fun, pretty good, you know what I'm saying? I wish we could have had Yuen in this in the sequel, but Max Mock definitely did his thing as Lun Fun, you know what I'm saying? Especially throughout the other Once Upon a Time in China films after this. David Chiang is in this. Yes, the legendary Shaw Brothers actress is in this film too, and he did a fantastic job, you know, in his role. And then we got Zhang Tielin as Dr. Yu's son. You know, he did a good job in this as well. So the story, characters, and acting all get a 5 out of 5. Now, the action in this is just awesome. You know, Yuen Ping did a fantastic job with the fight choreography. You know what I'm saying? So, no complaints there. As in the previous film, the fight scenes were choreographed by Yuen Chen-Yan, Yuen Shen-Yi, and to some extent Lao Gao-wing before Lao Gao-wing left the production. Now, it's just Yuen Ping doing the fight choreography, and it's just awesome. It combines like I said, the grounded kung fu action with some of the wuxia, elements here and there, which is pretty unique, which is actually became prominent throughout the new wave of Hong Kong martial arts films during the 90s that takes place in ancient China, whether it be in the Qing dynasty, Song dynasty, Ming dynasty, etc., which is nice. You have the straight up wuxia films, and then you got the straight up kung fu films, and you got the kung fu films like this that combine, kung fu and wuxia, with a very unique balance, Yuen Ping did a fantastic job in finding that balance with the fight choreography and how the fight scenes were shot, edited, and lit, which is pretty awesome. And the film as a whole was shot very well in location in mainland China, and probably some interiors of the Golden Harvest Studios and Shaw Brothers Studios, I believe. I think they probably used some of the old sets from Shaw Brothers Studios to film the film movie. Not too sure about that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But anyway, the film was shot as very well as a whole, and very well lit and edited as well. The music in this, awesome as always, with the main theme sung by George Lam, composed by the late great James Wong. And then we got Jackie Chan singing the ending version of the theme throughout the end credits, which is pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good plus, I would definitely say. That's all I have to say. The action, cinematography, editing, and lighting, and music all get a 5 out of 5 as well. Overall, Wong Fei Hong 2, aka Once Upon a Time in China 2, is a great sequel to the first film and a good Hong Kong kung fu film from the 90s as a whole in its own right. I highly recommend y'all checking it out, especially if you're a Jet Li fan. This film gets a 5 out of 5. Hopefully y'all enjoy this review despite some hiccups here and there, like the long pauses and the brain farts and all that. I apologize. Let me know what y'all think about Wong Fei Hong 2, aka Once Upon a Time in China 2, in the comments below. If y'all like this video, y'all can hit that like button below and share it. If y'all enjoy this type of content, y'all can subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to keep y'all notified on the uploads and whatnot. Y'all can also follow me on my other social media accounts, and stay tuned for more other reviews and more other videos along the way. So with all that said, this is your boy, Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji, aka the Perfect Sensei, signing out. Peace.